Peace and blessings, everybody. It's your brother, Juan 6 at Slate Music anywhere online. Hashtag the plug room, hashtag Slate Music, enter Slate Music on any of your online search engines. And tap in with me. Make sure you hashtag M.F.M, my first mind. That is another space on the plug room platform. And I appreciate you for tapping in with me. This is not scripted. This is going to be fresh off the dome freestyle plug room. And everybody got a mic. Everybody got a camera. 2024. And everybody's on here saying something. So that's not why I'm doing this. I just said that to say everybody's saying something. If you're watching this, you can't see what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm going to be talking about. And this video, well, first off, the plug room, real quick, is a community development platform where you can plug your business and plug your brand. Community development, as taught to me by the Honorable Mr. S.A.V.E.D, is building people and linking people with people. And I've been fortunate enough and blessed with that gift to be doing that damn near 20 years in the game, through music, radio, business, different industries and whatnot. But we're here now. So that's what the plug room is. M.F.M, my first mind. It's a play. The M.F.M is a play off of those that know Master S.A.V.E.D Muhammad. M.F.M, my first mind. The first mind of the universe. Everything evolves, comes from the mind, this existence. So what was the first mind? Who was the first creator? Who is the God? To some, you may call him something else. To me, I know him as Allah, the creator, the God. And yeah, what's your first mind? When you hear those words, what's your first thoughts when I say that? If you turned off, you want to unplug, cool. But that's what M.F.M is, a plug. It's a play off of that. And not even a play, just word play is what I mean by a play off of. So, M.F.M, Master S.A.V.E.D Muhammad, my first mind. What is your first mind? What was our first mind? What was the first mind? What's your first mind when you view this stream? What's your first mind when you see Slate Stone or see that name or that brand? Is this your first time seeing me? What's your first thoughts? What's going on in your head? That's what M.F.M, my first mind, is all about. That platform, which is part of the plug room. So, yeah, thank you again for tapping in with me. This particular video, 2024, is about, it's entitled, They Saved My Life. And what's your first mind when you hear that? They saved my life. This is not a religious video or spiritual video in that sense where I'm trying to be some philosopher or some great orator, talking religion or spirituality or anything like that. But what's your first thoughts when you hear they saved my life? Saved, first off, I'll say this, saved, S.A.V.E.D. In this instance, or on this time, in this space, as it was taught to me by a mentor, a brother, a coach, Coach Khan, Young Khan Don, at Young Khan Don. That's his acronym. SAVE stands for skillfully adding value every day. Skillfully adding value every day. At Young Khan Don, make sure you tap in and check him out. That's his acronym. And they saved my life. Who was the they? We're going to get to that. They skillfully added value every day into my life. So I can go a number of ways with that. I can sit here and we got time. Time waits for no man, so let's not forget that. Time waits for no man. So we have time, but we don't have time to play and be doing no extra. But I'm gonna be pointing out. Maybe I'll do a few episodes of it. You know what I mean? But this first one is gonna be about young Conda Don and brother Ben X. So I'll leave it there. They saved my life. Skillfully adding value every day. They skillfully added value every day to my life. And that's 1,000. You know what I mean? Straight up and down. That's real. 100, 1,000. They skillfully added value every day to my life. Brother Ben X, a unique brother. Praise be to Allah for him and his gift. Known as a digital god, the son. But yeah, he is. You know, he on that. He on that. He definitely is an inspiration and an example, not only for me, someone who I learned from in many ways, which I'll get to, but he also really fished me in to the Nation of Islam and into the teachings. Now, of course, Allah, the Creator, chose me. He chooses who he chooses, who he pleases. Allah does. But through the gift given to Brother Ben X and what he does digitally in the Matrix, I was exposed more to the teaching. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Nation of Islam, the Supreme Wisdom, Master Fard Muhammad, through seeing Brother Ben X's clips, follow him on Instagram. And this probably started back in like 2015, maybe. Could be earlier, a couple years, could be later, maybe a year or so, but it was before 2016 for sure. I would say maybe 14 or 15. I got online and was on Instagram, and I feel I've always been blessed. Well, I'm not gonna say yes, I've always been blessed, but when it came to grinding online, the Creator gave me a unique way of doing that. Excuse me. And so I was doing that. You can check that. Hashtag the 1000 Network. Hashtag Phenom Radio, which is an online independent radio station that I own and had a phenomenal team that built it with me. You know what I mean? And there was a co-owner at the time who's no longer a part of it, I guess. But neither here nor there. Phenom Radio, hashtag that, Phenomenal Radio, search it, Google it, check the images, do the research on that. Global, 128 plus countries, streaming 24/7 over a decade, helping independent artists, thousands of independent artists, so on and so forth. Through that, through college, video production technology, film, doing radio, physically at a physical radio station. That'll be a whole other episode when I drop on that and get into that. But I did physical radio, FM, and that's where it started before it went to the digital online streaming, before Spotify, iHeart, and all this stuff, and before that was even popping, like Live 365 days back then. Yeah, so you can check that out. But we still going there. Phenom Radio, thousands of independent artists in rotation daily, where they can get paid when they get played via Sound Exchange, and if they got their performing rights agency down, they can get played for their spins if their music paperwork is right. We got thousands of artists over there. I've networked with hundreds of DJs, thousands of DJs, but personally worked with hundreds of DJs and helped push their brands. But I said all that to say, through all that and the dynamics of those things that I'm not even mentioning, I was fortunate enough to be blessed with a unique way of branding, marketing, reaching people, generating awareness, traffic, and all that online. And that's pretty much self-taught, just through experience and learning. You know what I mean? Getting different tools, seeing people do certain things, and then taking that and then using it and then enhancing it and then doing my own thing with it. You know, letting it evolve with the information as I processed it and then used it how it best benefited the brand and the company. So I was blessed with a unique gift to do that, and I thought I was on it. Back to the point, I thought I was on it, which, you know, there was numbers and million plus streams easily on the radio, tens of thousands of views, tens of thousands of physical units sold in the street, networking events across the U.S., DJs across the globe, the brand, all that's factual. You can go research and find that. So you want receipts on that, what I'm saying, you can go find that online. Hashtag Phenom Radio, hashtag the 1000 Network, Phenomenal Radio, West Texas, Keep It 1000, where that term came from, where it originated. You know, it's evolved to keep it a stat, keep it one, whatever they're saying now. They might not even say that no more, but I'm going to still keep it 1000, which it originated here. So all that was going. And we were doing a lot of that physically, but then it transpired or transcended to the digital. So on the digital realm, I was pushing. Which I did have a unique way of doing it, but I came across Brother Ben X, and this was back then. And Brother Ben X on his Instagram, I believe it was, I might have been following him on Facebook too, which I probably was. If I found him on Instagram, I went to the Facebook. I found him on Facebook, I went to the Instagram and Twitter. And not to get into the digital aspects, but if you have a brand or a business, make sure your stuff is uniform across the board. Every platform you're on, make sure your username is the same and your branding is the same across all them accounts. Anyway, I came across Brother Ben X. This was back then, 2014, 15, around there. And the teachings, he was sharing the minister. He was also sharing his life, but he was sharing the teachings of the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam. And at this point in my life, I was already on my self-educating journey, knowledge of self journey path. I had like a roster type. The original man to me at that time was like what I seen Bob Marley and them type. That's the information I was at that time. I'm talking about maybe 2010, maybe 2011. I started kind of shifting there after my mother died. So I started digging, wanting to get more to our roots. And from the resources I had and the information that I was getting online, that's where I was gravitating to on that path. The roster movement, original man. So I had the rocks. I was blowing every day, all day. Tapping in, trying to get my energy right, my frequency right, my vibration. Reading some different books. I had definitely seen the Malcolm X biography. Let me say this: I seen that back when I was in the house still, probably whenever it came out. So that was my first exposure to the Nation of Islam, was that movie. The second hook or exposure to the Nation of Islam was the autobiography of Malcolm X. And then the third was Brother Ben X and his content creation, his sharing of the teachings online. As far as I could see online, however the algorithms was built or whatever, he was the only one doing what he was doing at this time. As far as taking the minister's lectures, giving his commentary on it, taking clips, putting his stuff on it, sharing them. And I didn't know how to do any of this on Instagram at the time. Like, I knew how to take a picture, and I think maybe at that time you could have like a 15-second video, or it couldn't be more than 30 seconds. This like at the beginning stage. And he was doing it every day. Like, he always has something new. You can go follow Brother Ben X right now, his official account, because there's a lot of bots and spam and duplicates and clones. But follow his original account on IG and see how many posts that brother has shared on IG alone. But that's work. You might be like, so you got 500,000 posts. You have a 500,000 posts of value, 500,000 posts of knowledge, information, 500,000 posts of work. He created that. It wasn't AI then. He didn't have that amount then, but he was on it. And from the landscape that I was in and what I could see, my vantage point, nobody was pushing hard like that. One, just online, machine-wise, as an independent entity, because I was in the radio, entertainment, hip-hop space pushing. But then to see him doing what he was doing just online, one, and then to see what he was doing with the teachings, he was the only one doing it that I could see. So back then, I was on that knowledge of self journey. My locks was out, hanging down, way past my back, whatever. I had been in it for a while. And I was watching these clips. I would reshare some of them with the repost app and regram and all that stuff. I knew how to use certain stuff online. And I didn't know how to create the content like how it's happening now. And I didn't know how to do some of the things that I do now with Instagram and Facebook and technology if it wasn't for Brother Ben X. And I say that, I'm going to get back to the Brother Ben X thing because I wanted to play some music, you know what I mean? The stakes is high. You know what I'm saying? If you heard that record, the stakes is high right now. And when I say that, the stakes is high on life. The stakes is high being a black man out here. The stakes is high sharing truth, being different. The stakes is high trying to survive. The stakes is high in this world with what's going on and the whole change and transition and currency and power and the fall of America. The stakes are high. So we're going to get back to this Brother Ben X, but we're going to tap into some music that I really jam with, that I rock with. And this is just me, you know what I mean? If anything, I don't share too much of my life online. I don't think people should do that. I do see advantages to it, but I'm going to share with you what I want. You know what I mean? And that's it. But I am a cool brother. I'm down to earth. I laugh, I play. Those around me know that. You might not get that online, and that might limit me in spaces. My coach taught me that. Coach Khan, I'm going to get into that. He was telling me that. But the stakes is high. So if y'all don't know how high that is, I'm about to show you. We're about to jam.
Think we see notes. Stakes is high. You know the stakes is high. The instamatic focal point bringing damage to your burrow. Be some brothers from the east with the beats that be thorough. Got the solar gravitation, so I'm bound to pull it. I gets down like brothers are found, ducking from bullets. Gun control means using both hands in my land. Where it's all about the cautious living, migrating to a higher form of consequence. Compliments are struggling, that shouldn't be notable, man. Every word I say should be a hip-hop quote. I'm sick of bitches shaking asses. I'm sick of talking about blood. Sick of Versace glasses. Sick of slang. Sick of half-ass award shows. Sick of name brand clothes. Sick of R&B bitches over bullshit tracks. Cocaine and cracks, which bring sickness to black. Sick of swole head rappers with they sickening raps, claps and gaps, making the whole sick world collapse. The facts are getting sicker, even sicker perhaps. I stick the push to make a bundle to escape the synapse. Man, life can get all up in your ass, baby. You better work it out. Now let me tell you what it's all about. A skin not considered equal. A meteor has more right than my people who be wasting time screaming who they've hated. That's why the native tongues has officially been reinstated. Stakes is high. You know the stakes is high. When you talking about stakes is high. Man, yo, stakes is high. Yo, it's about love of cars, love for fun, loving to love mad sex, loving to love guns, love for opposite, love for fame and wealth, love for the fact of no longer loving yourself, kid. We living in them days of the man-made ways where every aspect is vivid. These brothers no longer talk shit, yo. These niggas live it, about to give it to you 24/7 on the microphone. Plug one, translating the zone. No offense to a player, but yo, I don't play. Nigga, take offense, fuck, you got to be that way. JD Dub, show your love. What you got to say?
I say G's and make you niggas out of high regard. And niggas dying for it nowadays ain't hard. Investing in fantasies and not God. Welcome to reality, see times is hard. People try to snatch the credit but can't claim the card. Showing out in videos saying they co-starred. See shit like that'll make your mama cry. Better watch the way you spend it cause the stakes is high.
You know them stakes is high when you're dealing with the stakes is high. Man, them stakes is high. Check it.
I think that smiling in public is against the law. Cause love don't get you through life no more. It's who you know and how you son. And how you getting in and who the man holding he yo. And how was the skins and how high. Yo, what up, how? I heard you caught a body. Seem like every man and woman shared a life with John Gotti.
But they ain't organized.
Mixing crimes with life enzymes. Taking the big scout route. And niggas no doubt better than they know their daughters and they son.
Yo, people go through pain and still don't gain positive contact. Just like my main man who got others cleaning up his physical influence. His mind got congested. He got the non-influent. Neighborhoods are now hoods. Cause nobody's neighbors, just animals surviving with that animal behavior under eye. We'll be rhyming from dark to light sky. Experiments with needles and skin connect. No wonder where we live is called the projects. When the stakes is high, you damn sure try to do anything to get the piece of the pie. Electrify, even die for the cash, but at last we be out, even though you're wanting more. This issue was closed like an elevator door, but soon we open once we get to the next floor. Stakes is high. You know the stakes is high. We're dealing with the stakes is high. Stakes is high. Come on.
Indeed. So, yeah, man. The stakes is high. And we got to do what we got to do out here, basically, is what I'm saying, man. Hopefully, y'all rock with that De La Soul, man. Real hip-hop. That's part of my foundation. MCing, lyricism, good content in what you're saying, meaning, purpose, aim, and right now the stakes is high, even in the hip-hop game. Back to M.F.M, My First Mind, The Plug Room, they saved my life. I was talking about Brother Ben X and him sharing the teaching. He's one of the brothers that saved my life. Skillfully added value every day. An acronym given to me and taught to me by Young Conda Don, which is a student of Brother Ben X, as far as the digital real estate. 30 racks and did he make 10 racks? He made 10 racks in 30 days, but he also then made over 100 racks like in a year and a half or so, doing what Brother Ben X taught him, skillfully adding value every day. So I'm not on here just saying stuff to have a podcast. I'm not on here making this video just to have something to watch out to try to get you to, this is just records. You know what I mean? This is just me sharing. You can call it a vlog, whatever, but there's some jewels in here too. You know what I'm saying? If you pay attention, do some research, tap in, you can connect, learn, and grow, which that's what it's about. So Brother Ben X, man, was on it. I forgot exactly where I left off, but him sharing the teachings, him sharing all that, sharing the video content, the way he was doing it, I noticed that. So I was resharing it. And just, I knew a little bit about the technology and how to utilize the stuff, but I didn't have some of the tools that I had, and we didn't have some of the abilities and accessibility to things at this time when I was following him that we have now. So I was on my knowledge of self journey, locks and whatnot, but I was always still getting plugged in to the teachings, to the minister, to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Master S.A.V.E.D Muhammad. And I was getting plugged into this from Brother Ben X's clips, from his social media accounts. That's the power of social media. You never know who watching. Like, anybody can be watching at all times. Like, I'm an observer, but there's people observing this video. There's people observing accounts. There's people that sit on your Facebook. That's friends on your Facebook, regardless of how many you got, thousands, whatever the number is. They're on my Facebook. people that never interact with me, people that don't like nothing, people that don't share nothing, people that don't comment, but they just there to look for whatever reason, whatever their intention is. And sometimes I get fed up with that, especially with family. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I got family members that be on my social media accounts, but they never interact with none of my stuff. Like, but on their stuff, they all on it together, and it's a whole family reunion on every post on their stuff. And that's cool. You know what I mean? It's not about that, but then again, I'm human too. So it made me I'm an observer. So I'd be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And hey, it is what it is. But, people observe for different reasons, but the power in the social media is powerful. You can utilize it to your advantage, or you can get consumed and be used by it. And to the Slate 5 years ago, to Slate several years ago, look, man, make your content, tell your story, stay on your path, stay grinding, read, man, read, learn, connect, and grow. Stay doing that. Turn it up times 10, because it's moving so fast. We're in the AI stages now. So, like, I'm still doing stuff kind of what some might be considered Flintstone stage, with how I'm generating content and whatnot. There's stuff now that I don't even need to be doing what I'm doing with it to make content. But hey, I gotta learn and get on my know to have that knowledge. So that's what I'm saying. Excuse me. And that's what I'm saying, to the old me, or to a younger version of me. Like, get up on this technology, tap in with Brother Ben X even further. You know what I mean? Because where he is now and what he's sharing now, saving a lot of lives. So if you're watching this, to be like, who, they saved my life? Yes. I'm not talking about, yes, the creator, Master Fard Muhammad, Allah, God in person. Yes, I'm talking about them overall. But when I'm talking in this space, you know what I mean? Honorable Minister Farrakhan, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, yes, they saved my life because they changed my life. They resurrected my mind. And that's 1,000. That's real. I'm going to stand on that till I'm dead and this form is gone. So, yeah, my father poured into me, my mother. Those are other people that saved my life. But those that skillfully added value every day, today, Brother Ben X, Young Kinda Don, Brother Ben X is saving a lot of lives online by skillfully added value every day. Young Kinda Don got me here at this point, in a sense, doing this video because he skillfully added value every day in my life. And so, back to Brother Ben X. Hold on, man, I need some water. And I don't know what it is, man. Maybe I got something wrong with my saliva glands or something, but it seemed like I'd be just cool. But then when I start doing these podcasts or recordings or music doctors, it's like my saliva get to tripping in my mouth, man. It's I drink some water. But anyway, yeah, Brother Ben X. So through the years following Brother Ben X, he fished me in to the nation, is what I would say, through what he does online, skillfully adding value every day. Not just with the teachings, but just with his own business and his own life. You just go follow his story. If you want to go through all them posts, do the research, and just see his progression, see his stages of growth and transition. You can learn from that. And you can apply some of them changes just watching his content. I'm sure there's plenty of people online you can choose from. Everybody got a mic, everybody got a camera, but what value do they bring? I learned that from Brother Ben X. What value do you bring? You are what makes you unique. These points is what he was sharing, and this is what drew me in. So him sharing the teachings, I'll get back to that point because I was on my own knowledge of self journey. I was blowing every day consistently. Like, I'm not even going to get into that. Just strong. Some people say they blow every day. I was on it. And those that know. Those that was with me and around me, own it. Like, that's where I live. You know what I mean? But was functioning. Like, more than functioning, like on it, like on that, on the herb essence, but also on my grind, on my business too, just as much. No slowdown. And so while I was on that stage, I was still peeping the teaching. I was still studying and observing from posts he was sharing and videos that Brother Ben X was sharing, skillfully adding value every day. He was doing this every day. And I started getting to a point in my life where I could hear the truth in the clips. I was seeing the clips he was sharing, and he would mention the books that he got it from, and Message to the Black Man, and Closing the Gap, different sources. But at that point in my life, I was receiving the information, and I was hearing it, and it was hitting and sticking, but it wasn't leading me to go take that next step. It was just like, oh yeah, and then I'll just go on. So that was the teachings, but then also watching his business growth. I was doing that. So this happened for years. And then he with Brother Ben X, I seen him go from the solo dolo thing. Excuse me. He went from his solo dolo thing to doing it on his own to, I think he was shooting videos. He was saying, hey, I'll make videos, for you or whatever. And he was doing that. Then I remember him, he was in his car one time with a microphone, doing his show. Like, this brother in the car. And then I remember he staying with family, renting out a room, and I can relate to that. Not renting out a room, but staying with family. I can relate to that. A lot of us can, Everybody out here ain't billionaires, but I watched this brother go through these stages and him sharing this on the side of the road, car broke down on the camera, and just sharing like, damn, you know what I mean? He was, everything that he's giving now, he was doing then and showing. So watching him do these things and watching him make the content was like, this young brother is on it. This young brother is on it. So the business side, I was peeping from him and then also getting the teaching. Enough of that. So then he came to a point where he also shared his FedEx story, and that stuck with me. He shared that early on. I can't even say how long ago he shared that. You'd have to go and he could tell you better than I can. At Brother Ben X. And if you want to, text me DRE, you know what I mean? And I'll give you a link where you can tap into this webinar and get plugged in, man. Just listen. Take 60 minutes to watch the webinar and get plugged in. It's a win-win. You're not going to lose. You know what I mean? Everybody got something they trying to sell you or whatnot. I'm just trying to get you to watch the video to learn something. So if you want the video link, text me DRE to 559-791-8468. I'm going to send it to you. But Brother Ben X had a story where he was talking about he worked at FedEx and he noticed, like, he was throwing 30,000 packages or 40,000. And he was like, if I come in and I throw 60, double of that, I'm going to still get paid this $15, this $20 an hour, but I didn't double my work. Like, that don't add up. And so that clicked for him. And then so it switched gears in his mind, along with other things. I can't tell you what's switching his mind, but that story stuck with me because it's like, damn, we think $15 an hour is good. We think $20 an hour is good. And praise be to Allah for the provision that we can get out here surviving. Because it's really survival. It's rich and poor. Ain't no middle class no more, in my opinion. It's rich or poor. And, if you can get $20, great. If you can get $10 an hour, if you can be productive, great. Do that, but also build for yourself. 5 years ago, if I was talking to myself, build for yourself, man. Turn up every day building for yourself. When you work that job, you get off from work, put in 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. Put in an hour a day. Start there. Researching, writing it down, setting your goals, setting your plan of action. Do this because as 1 degree better each day, you're getting better each day. It don't matter if it's 1 degree, 1 level up a day, 10 steps a day, however you want to look at it. Just improve day by day. Don't just work the job and get complacent and then come home and watch Netflix and think that our day is broke down to 3 sections. 8 hours of work, 8 hours for us, 8 hours of sleep. I'm telling this to myself to break out of that mind frame. because it's hard. This is what we were conditioned to. So I got to break out of that mind frame myself and not be living on a clock, on a time clock and time constraints in that sense. But work that job, get off, man, and then grind for yourself. Overgrind, overgrind, overgrind. Not just bare minimum. Overgrind. Research, read something, write it down. Set some plans in motion. Get you a book. You know what I mean? Put your stuff in there. And I've done these things. I'm going to get to it. I've done these things, and I should be further along, but I fell off. I procrastinated. Life happened. Attention got diverted this way. I got off the path and started doing this, but stay focused. You got to focus up. And I'm telling this to myself and the younger me and whoever's watching this, focus up and stay on it. Keep your attention on your goals and make it happen. Your mind, my first mind, this is the most powerful thing that we have here. All this exists because of a mind right now. What was the first mind? The creator. All this exists because of the mind, and you have that in you, so make it happen. Let's don't get distracted and lose our focus on all this stuff. But Brother Ben X, that FedEx story stuck with me, and then he started growing and graduating. He started offering some night classes. I think he developed a program. And I'm kind of skipping. Again, I can't tell you his story. He can tell you his story better than I can. Just tap into that webinar and you can get plugged in. Hit me up at that number. But then he got to a point where he started doing, he had got with a company called the ABS. And he started a tribe before that. But then he got with that company and they started growing and doing some things. They had the ABS tribe. So I tapped in there. Some of y'all can go check my channels. Remember me plugging that, pushing that. I had shirts made. I had pages and business, digital real estate pages made, and I made thousands of dollars off of what I'm telling you right now. I've made thousands of dollars off of what I'm telling you. Making content, branding, networking, growing my network in the process, pushing it out there, skillfully adding value every day. I was adding value skillfully. Some days it was every day, and then some days it wasn't, because I get tired too. I still work a 9 to 5 to provide for me and mine. You know what I mean? But then I get home and I'm like, I don't want to do a Zoom call. I don't want to do a video. I don't want to edit no videos. I don't want to make no content. You know what I mean? But if you don't do it, life ain't about straight up. Nobody gonna give it to you. I tell my son all the time, like, nobody owes you. Nobody owes you nothing. You got to get it on your own. I'm telling myself that you got to get it. So I was skillfully adding value every day, thanks to Coach Khan and Brother Ben X. But I'll get to that. Back to the ABS tribe. I was popping. I was going. I was learning more and more from Brother Ben X. He was adding more and more value while at the ABS situation. He brought them millions of dollars just by what he did. And there's receipts online. There's digital receipts he showed and videos from back then. 10 plus millions, tens of millions of dollars he helped this company get by skillfully adding value every day. So while this was happening, I tapped in, back to I was watching his teachings, watching him grow. The FedEx story stuck with me. The ABS tribe came along, and this is around COVID. So that was the transition. I had a transition in my life at that time. Was going through it at home. Life was happening. And so I was like, I was at a transitional phase. So I tapped in with the ABS tribe. Everybody was locked down. So, online was pumping. Everybody had a course. Everybody had something they was offering, a master class, whatever it was. And people thrived off of that. And some people are still thriving from that. But I tapped into the ABS then when Brother Ben X had reached what I thought was a pinnacle. You know what I mean? And the brother was doing well. So around 2018, let me go back because COVID was 2020. Probably like 20. maybe 16, 17, watching the teachings and being wrapped in there. And you can go back through my accounts, go dig through there and look at what I was sharing, the content I was sharing, use them hashtags, go through them accounts and look. Not no bot accounts, legit accounts. And if you think it's me and want to ask me, yeah, look at what I was sharing and what I was on. And so I was with the teachings and whatnot. I was sharing the minister and whatnot, but I wasn't on NOI.org. I wasn't in the message to the black man. I wasn't actively striving to be an FOI at this time. But I was interested. So the hook was there. It's like, I need to see what this Nation of Islam is all about. I need to see what this Nation of Islam is all about. And the thing to me, it wasn't a hindrance like that. My thing was I grew up in a church home. So I grew up in a Pentecostal family. My dad and my mom was preachers. So when I got to that knowledge of self portion of my life, when my mom died, and I was like, this church stuff ain't it. Religion ain't it. When I started hearing the Nation, I thought about religion, and I was off it. Like, I think most black people, I think some black people, I can't speak for most, a lot of us, including myself, once we come into some of the knowledge of our history and who we are, some of the knowledge, because we don't have it all, and we learn about the different tribes and whatnot in our history and the Asiatics and all this stuff, we don't want to hear nothing about religion. When we learn the first slave ship was named Jesus, and white folks did this, and Europeans did this, conquistadors did this, and slave trade did this. It's like, the holy wars did this. No, I don't want nothing with religion and none of that. So even with Islam, it was like, I don't want none of that. So that's why I was off on my blowing, my roster, original madness and whatnot, even though the teachings was on point and it was striking. Them words was hitting. But around 2016, 17, I was like, the Nation was pulling more on me. Them teachers was in there swirling and pulling on my soul. And so pulling on my mind, matter of fact, to raise my mind up. That's where they was really pulling. And it was raising me up every day, skillfully adding value every day, saving my life. So then I was always saying, the people who were around me at that time, I was like, man, if I leave here, man, if I leave the city I was in, which was Lubbock, I was like, if I leave Lubbock, man, I'm going to the Nation. I'm going to the Nation. Like I was going to Chicago. I knew that's where the Nation was. I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to Chicago. And I was telling people around me, like, I'm going to the Nation because they had that pull on me. But anyway, that didn't happen. I went out to East Texas. This was COVID. Brother Ben X and them had the ABS tribe, the ABS situation growing. I was a part of that, investing in it. I think it was like $50 a month, and we was doing Zooms like twice a week. They was adding value every day now. And they had affiliate programs. I was making money. I was receiving value, receiving knowledge, learning and growing with this tribe at the same time. Just doing what he does now, but right now it's times 1,000. And so it was adding value. But during this ABS tribe, I was fortunate enough during this time. This was 2020, 2021, 2022, maybe 2021, 2020. Young Don came across the tribe, and he had his own relationship with Brother Ben X, Coach Khan. And there's an acronym for Coach, and I don't have it, but his contact in my phone is broken down in the acronym, but not the definitions, and it's Coach Khan. I know Khan is killing haters and non-believers, but he's a good brother, man, Coach Khan. But anyway, he joined the tribe. I think his first day in the tribe, he had signed up one or two people and got his first $50. It's $25 increase or whatnot. And so it was cool. I think at this time I might have had a few sales, like 2 or 3 people. So when Coach Khan came on there, I was just like, oh, it's another brother, trying to get in, and he made his video and whatnot. But he came in and got on it. Coach Khan was on it. As soon as he got in, I think his first month, and you can tap in with Young Don, put that in any search engine, one word, Young, YOUNG, KHANTHADON, Young Don. you don't find him. I think like his first 30 days in the tribe, he might have cleared I think he had 1,000 the first week, and then maybe like 3,000 the first month, maybe the 5,000 the first 30 days. He had made some racks, and I was like, how this man doing this? Like I've been in this, and then here he come, and he first had his first 2 sales. I thought it was just another person, another affiliate, like some of the other tribe members making their money. But then he shot past everybody. I think it was another brother in the tribe named 11 Hertz, and he was the top affiliate at the time. Now I was pushing at this time, and not that it means anything, but it does mean something to me. So I'm not gonna say it don't mean anything. But there was one of those Zooms where they was on their brother Ben X and the guy that he was working with at that time, and they was like, "Is that Slate right there talking?" Because somebody was talking, and he shared. He was like, "It was Jake." You know what I'm saying? Jake had shared. He was like, "The way that you push, the way that Slate pushing, he should be the top affiliate because that's how hard I was pushing online, like with the network distribution gift that I feel Allah gave me. Like I was across all these platforms, different digital real estate accounts, making it happen, but strategically not spammy, like real brands, like legit brands behind it. But I was controlling the social media of them, so I was making the shares, what I call promotional shares, a specific way, and making them, scheduling them to go out at certain times every day on the money. Boom, boom, boom. And so I remember him saying that that I should be the top affiliate, but the reality was I wasn't. I think I might have had $50, if that, 1 or 2 people at that time. But and I just shared that with you to just be transparent. And so when 11 Hertz was in there, I was like, dang, what is he doing that I'm not doing? Then Young Khan came in, and I'm like, what is he doing that I'm not doing? Give me 1 second. Turn this on. So yeah, appreciate that little interlude. Thank you for tapping into My First Mind. Hashtag M.F.M. My First Mind. Instagram, Facebook, any search engine, see what you find. Again, so I'm in the tribe and I'm trying to figure out like how is he doing this, man? How is 11 Hertz making the money he making? How is Young Khan coming in smashing the game? And Young Khan came in smashing the game. So I think it might have been like his first and second week, maybe third week in there. He had his own unique way of skillfully adding value every day. Coach Khan did. So he gave me a call. We're in the tribe. It's a community of people that's grinding during this time. This is like 2021, I want to say. 2021 into 2020. So Young Khan, we exchange information, we exchange phone numbers and whatnot. And he calls me. I think it might have been like 1, 2 in the morning. And I answered the phone. And he just started pouring into me, chopping it up. We building. Like, in the early morning. There's videos of it I've shared. And one of his acronyms was like, Slate, you got to put points on the board. It was like POB, points on the board. How many points you putting on the board every day? How are you skillfully adding value every day? Are you putting points on the board? And those things resonated with me. You know what I mean? He didn't have to call me. We was in the tribe together, so he wasn't selling me on nothing. Like, he was a genuine brother pouring into me for whatever reason the Creator, Allah God, gave him to give me a call. And I appreciate that. All praise is due for that. So he called me for a couple hours. We chopped it up for an hour and a half, whatever, in the early mornings. And through building, first off, make sure you go follow at Young Kinda Don, because S.A.V.E.D, skillfully adding value every day, is his acronym. And he, along with Brother Ben X, they saved my life. You know what I mean? They got me doing this, what I'm doing, like how I'm doing right now today. But Young Kinda Don was pouring into me. And from then, you know what I mean, I start pouring back into him. And I'm sharing this. I don't think he'll be mad at this. It's nothing bad. But I seen value in what both the brothers was doing. Of course, I was investing in myself through the ABS tribe and different programs and things they was dropping through there. So money was going in there. Not that it's about the money, but people put their money where they want to and where they see value and where they want to spend it. You don't blow your money on nothing that ain't, other than food and stuff, but people spend their money where they want to, on what they want to. So I was putting money into the ABS situation because of Brother Ben X. Straight up, you know what I mean? There was other people that came a part of that. Brother Ben X brought me to that. It brought my attention to that platform in the first place, to invest in that platform. So I was doing that, and then with Young Kinda Don, Coach Con, him pouring into me and whatnot, I just started seeding. I think it was like maybe $50 a month or $50 every couple of weeks. I just hit him with $50, like boom. Here, man, it's just to seed into what you got going, man. Just to grow, you know what I mean, or whatever. He didn't need it. He didn't ask me for it. He was already making bread. His brother was making. He didn't need my $50. You know what I'm saying? But he would always give me something for it too. It was 10 of his albums, 10 projects, some shirt, a coaching album, and putting in me some jewels. He would do it. You know what I'm saying? So we had that kind of relationship, that kind of chemistry working as brothers and building. And so from then all the way up until this point, man, they skillfully added value every day. Brother Jones, Young Kinda Don, he inspired the plug room. And when I say he inspired the plug room, it was through the creator using him pouring into me that the idea for the plug room even came about. And I was doing it on IG. You can go back, hashtag the plug room. Some of the first videos was just the top and bottom of the IG, and it evolved. You know, I've still been with it since then. This right now has evolved from that. Praise be to Allah. Thanks to Young Kinda Don and young brother Ben X, because they saved my life. They skillfully added value every day. That's why I'm here, doing this, trying to skillfully add value every day to the younger me, to myself 5 years ago, and to whoever's watching this. You know, this is a real story. You know, it is what it is, man. Just check on some of the things I share with y'all and see what it's about. But Young Khan inspired the plug room. The plug room came about because of him pouring into me as a coach. And these brothers are constantly adding value, and Coach Khan has coached thousands of people. He just recently with this with the new venture, and I think you got maybe 3 days left of this month in July, if you want to partner with Brother Ben X, which I wanted to. I have since Brother Ben X. I told y'all back in 2014-15, I was in video in college, video production, radio. So some of those things that he was doing resonated with me, especially with the content video creation. So I was like, man, I need to work with a brother like that. You know what I mean? Never met him at that point, but I met him last year. I met him a couple of times in person, Brother Ben X, praise be to Allah. But I got to meet him in person at this event Tariq Nasheed was doing here out in Dallas. And then I got to meet him a couple other times, just in passing and doing nation visits. So he's a good brother, man. He's unique. He don't need me to say that. It speaks for itself. The God in him speaks for itself. The light he shines speaks for itself. His receipts and what he does speaks for itself. It don't need no cosign. You know what I mean? So salute your brother the next for saving my life, skillfully adding value every day. Thank you, brother. Thank you. You know what I mean? And Coach Connor Don, skillfully adding value every day to my life. Thank you. Thank you. So what Brother Benex, how I got on that right now is he has a program that's evolved from way back what I'm telling you, where he has a building wealthy families right now, rebuilding that, and it's going to be A1 because he got the God behind him and in him. And it don't get no better than that. So check out that. But if you want to partner with him, which is what I wanted to do, which is how I got to this point before I was saying what I'm saying, text BRE, text me. Text BRE to 559-791-8468. You got a few days left to do that, or it's going to cost you at least a rack probably. You know what I mean? I've done it. And that leads me to this story right here with Coach Connor Don pouring into me. Right now, you can partner with Brother Benex, and it's a few $100s. You know what I mean? Because he's worth way more than that. The knowledge and information he gives you is invaluable, so it's way worth more than that. You can go off of what you might think you know, or you can go off of what others may have said, but it really don't matter what other people think they know or what you think you know. What does God knows, and what it is? What is it? Basically, what's the actual fact? So actual facts of what Brother Benex got going right now is it's well worth way more than you can partner with him for. But you can partner with him right now for a few hundred. Text DRE to that number and you can find out. Watch the webinar and see why it's working. Don't take my word for it. Take an hour to watch the webinar. Text me the number and see why it's working. But he recently came up with this, maybe in the last several months, where you can partner with him, and he's done it in stages before. Like when he had his night school or whatever it was, it started out I think maybe at $10. Then it went to $25. Then it went to the digital real estate, and you can get it for $50. Then for $50, then he was selling his digital real estate for some hundreds. Then it was some thousands. I think 1997, two racks. And then, you know, I've watched it grow and evolve. So where he's at now, that whole evolution process is enhanced, and it's on another level that he's doing it again in the world of AI and on some whole other, which is well worth it. And so I was seeing him drop this out, and I was like, I did the BWO. You know, I had invested racks in that, the bot, failed, lost money, you know what I mean? And had people I brought in and was losing money, and we invested money in this stuff. And, you know, so it's easy for people to be like, it makes it hard when you somebody, when you go to your family members, when you got something good and you like, say, man, I know this gonna work, man. This is Black brothers doing this, man. You just spend this, man. Let's invest this. Let's make this happen. And they do it, and you done talked it up because you know in your heart and by fact that it's 1,000, but they don't. So you get your family in on it. They get in and they don't have the vision like you, and they ain't seen what you've seen. And then it don't go that way for whatever reason. You done set that expectation. Now you disappointed. And then it makes it harder for me when I find more gold, or I find something that's gold, and I run to my family like, say, man, this is gold. Just invest $200 and just check it out, man. Like, it's just, I deal with the fact in my mind that they're gonna be like, man, you remember you said that shit about, you said it about this, you said it about this, you said. Now I did have one time, I'll say this real quick. There was one time that we was right. Me and my partner at the time, Slim, on the crypto. But when you combine and the mining machines was barely about to start and get back on back order, nobody knew what Bitcoin was. Like, we had a network of thousands, and get up some of our people in the network and ask them. They'll tell you. I personally reached out to them. It's like, say, just send me 500, we gonna get this mining machine. I reached out to like 12 people. I think the mining machine at that time was like 20 racks. It wasn't a lot. But this is where we was gonna start. We knew where it was going with crypto. try to get my family on it, like say it's gonna change for us, it's gonna change for us. I couldn't explain it all to them. But I was letting them know, like, it's gonna change. It's gonna be it for us, man. It's gonna change the generational curse, the generational wealth issues. This is it. Family members are sitting on racks. Family members that go buy $200 dinners and whatnot, didn't even want to put no money into it. I was like, nah. People in our network, give us more information on it. We'll look at it. We'll look at procrastinate. Long story short, Bitcoin hits the market and it's blowing. It's on the news everywhere. Phone ringing. Everybody want to jump in now. Hey, what's that? You saying what's going on? I'm ready now. But at this point, you couldn't even get mining machines. At this point, you couldn't even be a miner no more. It was so far gone. And I'm like, shit, it's out of there now. Now it's open. It's on public. It didn't public now. So, how we had to start a mining and when we tried to get y'all to get the machines, we'd have been billionaires. Most people can tell you right now. Go back and research Phenom Radio, all the people we was pumping, our DJs, and then we'll ask them if we reached out to them about that. Hit up my family members on my account if you know them, ask them if we asked them to put in on that. And now it passed us by, but this is one of those opportunities, man. So BWF, Building Wealthy Families, partnering with Brother Ben X, I will jump on it. The brothers been 1,000 in A1 ever since I've been following the brother. I'm not saying you're perfect. We all make mistakes. We all fall. But I ain't seen Brother Ben X do no foul shit. Excuse my language. I ain't seen none of that, ever. He's always been transparent. He don't need me to say this. He got thousands, hundreds that I know of saying it. But he got thousands of people that can vouch for him and what he do. So the brother's A1, man, he not going to lead people the wrong way. He going to take you on the path as he own it. He going to show you his wins. He going to show you how he win it. And this is what you got to do. And if you ready and you can do it, then you'll see his results. He got those too. He got testimony. But not to belabor the point, man, because it's already an hour. We got a partnership thing going on right now. A young kind of Don. What I was saying, my point to is I wanted to be a part of it, but I'm at a point in life where I'm at a transitional point right now. Just this year, I'm going through some different transitions, multiple transitions right now. So putting money anywhere else is like, I got to get some land. I got to get my family, my wife straight. This is what I got to do. Like, I don't need, you know what I mean? I don't need to be putting money to nothing else. And so I seen this partnership program Brother Ben X released it that he's doing. And I wanted to do it, but shit, I ain't got the bread. That's how I'm thinking. I ain't got the money for that. I guess I wouldn't be a part of that. So Coach reached out to me. Young kind of Don, for whatever reason, reached out to me. He gave me a call like, you want it? You want it, Slate? What you doing, man? What you doing? And I'm like, man, I told him some of the same stuff I was just telling y'all right now. He like, you got to break that mind frame. You got to get out of that mind frame, Slate. He's like, because from his vantage point, he could see things that I was doing and where I was at. And there's other stories like where he's thrown me alley-oops. He's thrown me several alley-oops, and I went to slam it at the goal, missed it. Was it because I didn't grip the ball right, or it was too much rotation on it, I didn't have enough speed, or I wasn't ready? I don't know. The coach has been throwing me alley-oops. So when he hit me up with this one, I was just like, I'm not ready, man. I'm really tired of playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the game in a sense. And he was like, look, because he's a coach, man. He's like, you got to break that mind frame. From my vantage point, you can do it. You've been consistent. You do this all the time. You should have been had the bag. His words. He'll tell you this. Hit up Young Kind of Don. This is what you need, Slate. This is what you need to tap into. So I'm like, all right. Well, he gave me a strategy. His 10 to win strategy. So, like I was saying earlier with the crypto example I gave you and hitting up your family members and people, like I don't have money like that. I'm blessed and thankful for the provision that Allah allows me to have and what I have right now. But like most of us, I'm not in a position just to be throwing 100, 200, 500, 600, whatever here and there. So he gave me his 10 to win strategy. He hit me up a few days later. Did you utilize it? And I was like, yeah, I'm still in there trying to think of how to reach out to him, because the people I'm going to go through on my phone that's in my network, when I reach out to him, I'm going through all them thoughts in my head and procrastination and how I reached out to him before and what I need the money for and this and that, and thinking about stuff that hasn't been said. I'm just going through that whole procrastination, masturbation bull, you know what I'm saying, that Ben X talks about. We just procrastinating in our mind. I needed to just break that mindset and do it. Anyway, coach called me. My coach let me know he believed in me. He's like, look, man. He's like, do you want to get in the game? And I'm like, yeah, I want to get in the game, coach. Like, I want to get in the game, man. I know I can do it. You telling me that I can do it solidifies that. I didn't went to the goal a few times and missed it. Like, damn, what am I not getting back? We thinking back to 11 Hertz and him running through the ABS and me not only reaching a certain ceiling. Trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, you got to break that mind frame. You know what? I'm going to put you in the game, coach. He's like, I'm going to put you in the game, Slate. He's like, get in this game, and this is what you do. Start there, and this is where I'm starting. Coach put me in the game. Salute to you, Coach Down, for putting me in the game. It's because of you that I'm here right now doing this. You saved my life. You skillfully added value every day. And you still do, and I watch you do this to others online, man. With others online. Some I know, some I don't know. Some I met personally, some I haven't met personally. And I haven't even met Coach Khan personally. That's crazy. Been on the phone, Zooms, meetings. It feel like I have. But I haven't got to physically meet this brother yet. But it's a blessing. That's why I smile, man. You know, some people say I don't smile, but it's a blessing, man. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Brother Ben X, man. You know, y'all saved my life. I could go on and on about different stuff, but these brothers, the two I mentioned, these are two I mentioned as far as skillfully adding value every day, saving my life this way. Because Brother Ben X did bring me to the teachings too. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Master Father Muhammad, the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan resurrected my mind. You know what I mean? They resurrected my physical life. When I'm out of a dead state, even on my knowledge of self journey locks past my backside, blowing in the air, knowing about, you know what I'm saying, our history, an original man, roster, this and that. They resurrected my mind out of that horizontal state to a vertical state. You know what I mean? But these brothers, Brother Ben X, Brother Ben X and Young Don saved my life. They skillfully added value every day. And if you want to know what that's like or what that means, follow my story. Join this path with me. Get on this journey with me. Text DRE to the number and just go call me and say, yo, I want to get on the journey, man. What's up, Slate? And we'll plug in and we'll take the journey together. You know what I mean? And then we can be skillfully adding value every day, saving our lives, saving our families' lives, but saving others. And it's more than just making money. That's the beauty in it. What's your life worth? Your life is time. Time is money. All of it's interconnected. It's synonymous. So you want to save some lives, man? Tap in with me. Take this path with me. Text DRE to the 559-791-8468. Let's take the path together. But also follow our brother Ben X at Young Don. These brothers saved my life. I'm going to be bringing more of these My First Minds. It's revealing some of my thoughts, revealing a little bit of information that I want to reveal. Shit, you know, life. And forgive me. I'm striving. That's not an excuse. But I'm striving to be the man Allah wants me to be and has called me to be, because he chose me. It don't matter what whoever watching this think about me, or what they got to say about me, or what they want to say about the video or comment on the video. I don't care. I really don't give 2, 3, or 1 at all. So IDGAF, don't. But you know, I'm striving, and whatever Allah wants me to be, it's an instrument of power in His hands, is what I'm doing, because He saved my life ultimately. Overall, all this other don't matter. He saved my life overall, and that's all praises due to Allah for that. So, M.F.M, my first mind, hashtag that. If you haven't peeped the first I Be In My Head, which is like M.F.M, my first mind, that's more a little personal about me. Check that out. The link is in the comments on this one. You can see. Go watch that video and learn a little bit more about me. But plug in with me, man. Follow them brothers, and then text a number or call me. And if you want to rock on this journey with me, we can make some changes, man. Because the stakes is high, like I said earlier, and I played that video. The stakes are high right now. They may cut my platform off. They may cut my mic and my camera off on these platforms, and may try to do it physically. They're already trying to kill us with food, vaccines, all that. They're trying to kill us. Do the research on that. So they may cut this channel off. They're removing a lot of videos. They're making new laws. They're calling us dangerous people, saying we're dangerous organizations. You know, so it's real out here, man. This may be my last time to speak to you. Maybe not. But if it is, it's only by the permission of Allah. You know what I mean? And we're going to die on post. My prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death. That's the decree. 1,000. Hit a dizzy and you heard? Like Master P said. I need to play that. But yeah, tap in with me, man. Much love to the true supporters. Much love to all the real brothers out there, the brothers around me that know that they pour into me every day. That I didn't mention on here. I'm just talking about these 2 brothers. But I got brothers and a brotherhood around me of soldiers that I'm able to build with, that are examples and inspire me every day. They inspire me to be better, be a top soldier. These soldiers, these brothers, you know what I mean? And nobody's perfect, but salute to these brothers. Them brothers, they know who they are. They know who they are. They're around me. You know what I mean? They deal with me on the phone and in life, and you know what I'm saying? So salute to them brothers. And that's it, man. You want to know who saved my life? They saved my life. At Brother Ben X, at Young Conda Don. They saved my life by skillfully adding value every day. With that being said, we're going to take you out, man, with our latest visual. See if y'all rocking with it. Let me know. You can find this on YouTube too. Hit me up. Text DRE 559-791-8468.
بس واكبر حاكم عربي الناس هتصوتنا احنا الله معانا كل العالم بعدهم لكن احنا الله معانا. We started out in humble towns. How do you think we move around? Half of these niggas is bubbas and clowns. Transformers with no heart, so we bounce. Reminiscing back in the day. Never let a fake nigga know where you stay. Highway traffic, shrink rap towards the bay. Traffic controlled by the devil's way. Hard head brothers in the streets are focused. Mathematics and conversions live hopeless. Gotta make sacrifices to survive. Tiptoe so I don't hit a landmine. Ski mask up, drones in the sky. Save my shahada, get my wings before I fly. It's attack on the black man worldwide. In Palestine, we feel your cry. Frontline soldiers with the spirit of God. Trying to kill our baby, so we ripping out your heart. Never gonna stop till we see you starve. Table told, then we played our part. So I sit back with the golden
scepter. Take all the lessons while I read the letters. Look at my eyes of the enemies. Watch how your moves while you study me. We the new breed of the OGs. Trapped together like centipedes. Unity is the only solution. UNICEF is full of greed. Grant us space so we can breathe. Make a promise, no guarantees. Sharpen swords, we advance the war. Grab your nuts before we hit the door. Ourself, Lord and Master. No church, choir, or pastor.
No church, choir, or pastor. Ourself, Lord and Master. Most 85%.
Slow mind, serpent, Shasta. Most 85%.
Slow mind, serpent, Shasta. Ourself, Lord and Master. No church, choir, or pastor.
No church, choir, or pastor. Ourself, Lord and Master. Most 85%.
Slow mind, serpent, Shasta. Most 85%.
Slow mind, serpent, Shasta.
Preacher's kid, where the fear begin. Pentecostal church had me scared to burn. I was scared of hell, where we live and dwell. Just a state of mind, what I had to learn. Conditioning from my first God, cause my mama gave me what she was taught. Holy Ghost had me tongue twisted, spooky mystery, shouting, dance a lot. Not blaming my mother for what the slave master gave us. It was Elijah that taught me the grafted devil's contagious. I mean, they mentally made us take an Islamic hiatus. The God allowed them the power. We birthed the germ that contained us, boy. Asiatic, original, we scientific and spiritual. Dominant, cause we melanated, just go research on them white alleles. 5% of this population, God hit my power with a positive, resurrected mind on my monolith. Supreme wisdom, what I gotta get. 24 billion miles a second times 10, dealing with the caveman. 17 million rusty locks plus poison minds, we gotta save, man. God is in the details, the truth is don't need cosign. Cut your pedals, spin no puppet strings, ensure that devil die.
Ourself, Lord and Master, no church, choir, or pastor.
No church, choir, or pastor. Ourself, Lord and Master, most 85%.
Slow mind, serpent, Shasta, most 85%.
Slow mind, serpent, Shasta. Ourself, Lord and Master, no church, choir, or pastor.
No church, choir, or pastor. Ourself, Lord and Master, most 85%.
Slow mind, serpent, Shasta, most 85%.
Slow mind, serpent, Shasta.
كل واحد فتحك لمن الصهيون وسكن الجبال الفلسطينية، لكن باب الله معنا، النصر إلنا، النصر إلنا، بتناش أي واحد يحتف عليه، معانا الله قال في القرآن لنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال